Hello, Drachmia here. Well, this is my first video for YouTube, so anything you leave in the comments will be greatly appreciated, whether it be compliments, constructive criticism, or elongated string of profanities, whichever will do. Well, then, on with it. In honor of New Moon being out in theaters, and by in honor of, I mean I had to make this video to mitigate my homicidal thoughts against everyone because New Moon is out in theaters, I thought I'd make a top 10 vampire list. I guess we'll start things off with number 10. The Count from Sesame Street. Well, it may seem silly to put him on this list. Let's face it, he was probably the first vampire you ever saw, and everything you know about vampires started with him. And I'm pretty sure if you wanted to, he could still take Edward Cullen in a fight. Anyway, on to number 9. Count Orlok from Nosferatu. Now, I know many of you may have never heard of this movie, but it is actually the first movie to introduce the idea of vampires being killed by sunlight as a way to avoid copyright infringement from Bram Stoker's Dracula when the movie was being made. That's right, nowhere in mythology does it say vampires are killed by sunlight. On to number 8. Rain, from the Blood Rain series. Now, I will admit I never actually played any of the games, but I did need a female vampire for this list, and for some inexplicable reason, hers was the only name that popped into my head. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go lie down because searching online for a picture of her that was suitable to show took forever. Ugh. Anyway, on to number 7. The Vampires from the Lost Boys. This is easily one of the greatest vampire movies ever made, just because these vampires know how to have fun being immortal, whether it be listening to great music, biting people's heads open to suck blood, or just tricking people into thinking they're eating maggots. These guys know how to have fun. And it's apparently ridiculously easy to become one. All you have to do is drink blood out of a special flask. Jeez, I could become a vampire in my spare time if I really wanted to. Anyway, number 6. Bela Lugosi's role as Dracula. If you're thinking about Dracula, you're most likely thinking about Bela Lugosi's portrayal of him. In fact, Dracula was never supposed to talk like this. That was just the way Bela Lugosi spoke. He was the first Dracula, and he is still the best. Number 5. Blade. Yes, I know he's a half-vampire, but that just means he has all of the strengths and none of the weaknesses that come with being a creature of the night. Oh, and he kills vampires with a bayonet. That takes balls. Number 4. Max Schreck from Shadow of a Vampire. Well, I haven't actually seen this movie, but from what I've heard, the plot sounds amazing. Apparently, it takes place during the production of Nosferatu, and they needed someone to play the vampire, so the director got an actual vampire to play the role under the condition that when the movie's over, he may eat the leading actress. That is commitment to your art. Number 3. The Vampires in From Dusk Till Dawn. Now, there are 3 reasons why these vampires are absolutely awesome. First is that they live in a strip club and let the prey come to them. Second is that they are killed by all the normal vampire-killing cliches like crosses, stakes, and holy water. And finally, Cheech Marin from Cheech and Chong is actually one of the vampires. Now, that has to be kind of weird. I can just picture him all day just pounding out the door going, "Dude, Dave, I got the blood, man! Dave's not here!" Number 2. Dracula from the Castlevania series. Now, I guess it may be cheating to put Dracula on this list twice, but in the Castlevania games, he's sort of like a king of the monsters that would put Godzilla to shame. To put it into perspective, the Grim Reaper is his right-hand man. That's right, Dracula controls death. And in some games, he's pretty much referred to as Satan. I'm going to move on now because I'm getting a little bit creeped out. And number 1. Edward Cullen. Oh, that beautiful sparkly... Wait a second, that's not right. I think I'm reading off the wrong list right now. Yes, I am. I'm sorry. Edward Cullen is number 1 on my list of fictional characters that most deserve a chainsaw through their face. My bad, it won't happen again. Here's my real number 1 vampire. Alucard from the Hellsing series. If you've never seen the anime or read the manga, first off, shame on you, but I will explain the storyline thusly. Alucard is one of the last true-blood vampires left in existence, and he works for the Hellsing organization, which is devoted to protecting humanity from all other vampires, mostly by using him because he is simply unkillable. Throughout the series, he has been blown apart by machine guns, shot point-blank in the face by a magnum, and even had his head chopped off. He recovered from all of them within 60 seconds, and I'm pretty sure the only way to kill him is to put him on a rocket, fire that rocket into the sun, then nuke the sun. And if that doesn't kill him, he will most likely wind up at your doorstep, cut off all your limbs, and scatter them around every single continent in the world while you're still alive somehow. Yes, I'm pretty sure Alucard is the greatest vampire ever. Let's just hope he's never purchased by 4Kids.
Blood, gallons of the stuff. I gave you all that you can drink, and it has never been enough. I gave you blood. I'm the kind of human wreckage that you love.